Hello. Well, my name's Valentin Doborovich, and I teach English. I have taught English for a very, very long time, maybe over 40 years. I have taught at the university. I currently teach at Interlingua School of Foreign Languages in Belgrade, and I always teach at this wonderful project called the BSU Summer School. Well, my students know that I always tell them that good English is good image. If they speak English properly, correctly, phonetically nice, they will have a good image. The other thing is that it's not enough just to limit your learning of English to classroom activities or extracurricular activities. You have to do that all the time. If you are professionally interested in improving your English, you have to try to put yourself into an English speaking or English listening atmosphere. My students know that I always offer things which I call everyday English in action and 3 a day. That means looking around yourself and trying to identify things which are very important to you in your everyday life. And ask yourself a very simple question. Do I know what that thing is? Do I know what it does? If you don't, learn the word. And in classes we always try to describe how this thing functions and what these things do in simple English. And by doing that every day, even with yourself, you are building your vocabulary. You are learning to speak in simple but correct English sentences. That's also, we call it a very good language booster. So it gives you a chance to build your language even if you're not in class. Now, another thing here, especially at the camp, I always insist that we must try to use English wherever we can. I mean, in classroom, of course. Volunteers, most of them are English-speaking students. They must speak to the students in English, giving instructions, having meetings. I insist that everything should be done in English. And it works both ways. The volunteers will be motivated to improve their English, and the students learn more from them. And of course, all these extracurricular activities like different contests, plays, preparing for them also should be done in English. Rehearsing, practicing, playing, everything in English. And that way, in 2 weeks' time, the students will get used to it because they will be completely immersed in an English language atmosphere. I tell that to all my students. I tell it all the time, and I'm going to keep telling it because it really works. Well, I think it's a fantastic project because, first of all, the setting is wonderful, the place, and the idea of spending 2 weeks out here in an English language environment is also very, very good. We have a very good team of teachers. I think it's a very good combination of native speakers and well, some of the best university teachers of English as well. It makes a very, very good and fruitful combination, and it helps the students to realize that English can be different, and they learn to understand different types of English. Because I keep telling my students that, look, millions of people speak English in the world, but the number of people who speak the most correct English is in the minority compared to all the other English-speaking people. So here they are given a chance to be exposed to different kinds of English, but what is most important, they have some native speakers to learn from. And I think that the fact that we have native speakers from England, and we've had them for 3 seasons now, is very, very important. When students realize that they can understand native speakers, they learn from them, they speak to them, and the native speakers understand them perfectly well, that is a wonderful and very powerful motivator. Well, I've been here for 3 seasons, and I must say the overall impression of the students who come here is very, very positive. The absolute majority, most of them, are very motivated. They have a good language basis, and I think they enjoy learning English here. So being here in the camp gives a chance for them to be thrown into the deep end, as we call it. We call it immersion. Here they hear language everywhere. They hear it from their teachers, they hear it from the native speakers, they hear it from the volunteers. They participate in different extracurricular projects practically every day, and that gives a result. I mean, it's no wonder that many of them, after they officially leave the camp, they keep coming back all the time, at least for 1 day or 2 days or 4 weekends, because they want to be part of this community. And this community has become very tightly knit, very friendly. It's united. And, well, the joining or unifying element, of course, is English. I wish they listen to the recommendations and advice that they get from their teachers, and once they leave the camp, they will not treat having been in the camp as a period when they were learning English. What we did during the camp, we were teaching and we were showing them how to do it and how they can do it themselves. So I wish they will follow our advice, our recommendations, and continue to learn English on their own, following some of the advice and recommendations that we give. And I'm sure if they do that and they're motivated, as I said, good English is good image. They will find a place under the sun in the future and they'll be happy in life. Credo. Well, one of the credos can be the best you can be. That's about trying to achieve what you are capable of achieving. And English, of course, will help you do that.